What's up, guys? Welcome back. I really gotta think of a better intro than that, but I just don't know what else to call you guys. So I just say, hey guys, but I'm gonna work on that. I promise. Alright, so welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be talking about waist trainers and corsets. Excuse me, sweatbands, things of that nature. So like I said, it's a much debated topic. I still see a lot of women using them. Not as many as I used to, but I still see several women using them. And waist trainers are something that I still get questioned about. I still get women asking me, are waist trainers useful? Are they gonna help me? So that's what we're gonna discuss today. We're gonna discuss whether or not waist trainers are useful and are they harmful or helpful. All right, so stay tuned and we'll go over the answers. Let's start out by talking about why women use them in the first place. So most women use them with the intentions of thinking that it's going to create a smaller waist for them, or they think that, mainly with the sweatbands, they think that it's going to make them sweat more, which will make them burn more calories, which will make them thus lose more weight, preferably or particularly weight in their midsection. So women think that if I wear this waist trainer, essentially it's going to make me thinner, it's going to help me reveal abs, things of that nature. So we're going to talk about whether or not that's the case. Do waist trainers really make you have a smaller waist? Does it help you reveal your abs? Will it help you burn more fat in your midsection? And the short answer to that is no. No, no, no. Waist trainers are not going to make you thinner in your midsection. And we're gonna talk about why. All right, so we're gonna break it down kind of like piece by piece, point by point. So let's start with the sweating aspect. So like I said earlier, a lot of people think that sweating more is going to make you burn more calories or lose more weight. So this is not true. Sweating has no correlation with losing weight, losing fat, burning calories, whatever. Just because you sweat more does not mean that you are burning more fat. So we got to get that out of our heads, because you know that saying, like, what do they say? Sweat is fat crying. And it sounds cute. It looks cute on a meme. It looks cute on an Instagram caption, but sis, that ain't true. It's just not. So sweat is nothing but our body's response to being hot. So when your body is really hot, it needs to release fluids and water to cool itself down. So sweating is our body's way of cooling ourselves down when we get hot, overheated, especially during something like working out. Especially when you have an extremely tightly bound garment around your midsection, it's naturally gonna make you sweat more. There's no ventilation around your midsection when you have a waist trainer on. So when you pull off that sweatband and you see all that sweat, it looks good, but it's nothing more than your body sweating more, especially in that area, because it's being tightly ventilated. Excuse me, not tightly ventilated, tightly bound, and it's getting really hot in there. So your body's response is to sweat. And it's also not necessarily meaning that it's making you sweat more. It's making it very obvious that you sweated, because a lot of times when you have like these gray bands or whatever and people kind of show off their sweatband with all the sweat, it just means it soaked up the sweat. So it's showing you the sweat that your body released during your workout. So yes, I mean, sweat has no bearance on calories burnt or fat loss. It's literally just your body's way of cooling itself down. So just because you sweat more does not mean that you burn more calories. That's something to remember. Now we're gonna talk kind of in a hypothetical situation, just to prove my point. So for this next thing we're gonna talk about, we're going to think in the mindset that, say that sweating more did mean that you burn more calories. We're gonna go with that. So say that you sweat more, you burn more calories. A lot of people think that because they're wearing the waist trainer around their waist, around their midsection, they're going to burn more calories. So that means that their stomach is going to get flatter. They're going to have a smaller waist, less fat content in their stomach because they're wearing that waist trainer. Now, this is not true, but even if more sweat meant more calories burnt, that wouldn't necessarily mean that just because you're wearing it around your waist, that the fat is going to be burned from your stomach and your stomach only. Now, the way that your body burns fat, the way that it releases the fat, is determined solely on genetics. So you cannot spot reduce. And what that means is that you cannot pick a spot on your body and say, oh, I want to burn fat from this area, and I'm going to do specific exercises or wear a waist trainer for this area, and I'm going to burn fat in this area only. That's a lot of the times women think with that mindset. They try to think with that logic, but that logic is faulty because, again, you cannot spot reduce. Your body is going to release fat. It's going to lose fat how it wants. Some people lose fat from their stomachs first. Some people will lose weight from their breasts, their arms, back, whatever. It's definitely possible to lose fat from the area that you want to lose fat from eventually, but it just may not happen first, and it may not happen quickly. The only way to lose fat is going to be to eat in a calorie deficit. You want to eat less calories than what you burn in a day, and then you will lose fat. And again, your body kind of determines what area it loses from first. Not to say that you're never going to lose fat from your core, your midsection. It just means that it may not happen initially. So yeah, even if more sweat did equal more calories burned, more fat lost, there would be no guarantee that it would come just from your midsection just because you're wearing a waist trainer. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is the women that will say, well, after I took my waist trainer off after my workout, I looked thinner. So how are you going to tell me that it doesn't work? And you might be right. When you take off your waist trainer, your stomach may look thinner. Same thing with women will also say that, oh, well, I weighed myself before I wore my waist trainer, and then I worked out and I sweated a lot, and then I weighed myself after my waist trainer. Oh my gosh, I lost weight. So here's why you may see an initial drop in weight if you weigh yourself right after a workout with your waist trainer. It's because of sweat. So like we talked about earlier, when you sweat, it's your body releasing fluids. It's your body releasing water to cool itself down. So if you do a really hard workout, a really intense workout, and you sweat a lot, your body is releasing a lot of fluid. Fluid and water has weight to it. So if your body releases water that was inside it previously, you work out, you sweat, and now that water has then been released from your body. You're losing water weight, essentially. So that drop in weight that you're seeing is not fat loss, because fat loss doesn't happen in an hour and a half, however long your workout was. You're not gonna notice fat loss before and after workout. That's just not, it's not possible. It's not how it works. So the decrease in weight that you're seeing is a loss of water weight. And guess what? As soon as you drink some water, as soon as you eat, that weight is going to come back. And that's okay. A lot of women get discouraged by that. Well, I gained weight overnight. Not necessarily. Water, food, things of these, they have weight, they have mass. So when you put it inside your body and you weigh yourself, you're gonna notice a change. So yeah, if you look thinner or you feel like that you've lost weight, it's literally just because of that water loss. It's water weight that you're losing. It's not actual fat loss. Let's talk a little bit about why women feel like their waist trainers work. Because there's still a lot of advocates out there that swear by their waist trainer. At the end of the day, it's an illusion. And it really starts with these advertising skills. And I hate to say that, because I think it's a scam, but it really starts with the advertising skills of the companies and the influencers that sell these waist trainers. If you think about it and if you notice, what is something that all these companies say? All these companies that sell these diet pills and these waist trainers and these teas, they say that in order for this product to work, you have to practice diet and exercise. If you don't diet and exercise, then you're not going to get results. So what do women do? They go out and they buy these products and they start practicing good diet and exercise, and then they get results. And then they give all the credit to the waist trainer, the pills, whatever, when in actuality, what is really getting them the results is the diet and exercise. And at the end of the day, that's the secret to getting results. It's not through a product, it's not through a pill, it's not through a supplement, it's not through a tea, and it's definitely not through a waist trainer. These are not things that are contributing to your results. And they give their products to celebrities and people who are already fit, people who have been surgically enhanced, and they're like, to get like this person, just buy this product. And oh, by the way, just remember you also have to eat right and exercise, and then it's gonna work. It'll make all your dreams come true. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's really just an illusion. So please don't fall for these company scams. That's really all I have to say about that. All right, and last but not least, on my TED Talk to why I hate waist trainers, we're gonna talk about a few of the possible complications that can come from wearing a waist trainer. Not just complications, but also like the adverse effects, things that you don't want to happen. So the first thing that can happen is your core is going to weaken. So a lot of people think that a waist trainer is actually going to strengthen their core. That's actually what's going to happen is the opposite. It is going to weaken your core. Your core is so important for so many reasons, and it's very important that you have a strong core. But if you wear a waist trainer all the time, and especially during workouts, if you're wearing a waist trainer, your body is going to become dependent on the waist trainer and not your core. And that's what your body needs to be dependent on for stability, and for strength, and etc., so on and so forth, so many things. So when your body is used to having something bound around it, it's not going to use the core muscles anymore. It's going to use the support of the waist trainer. So what's going to happen is your core muscles are just going to be chilling, relaxing. Oh, that waist trainer is there, I can just chill. And when muscles chill, they get weaker. And when you try to do things without your waist trainer, especially core workouts, you're going to notice that if you don't have your waist trainer on, you're going to feel really weak. You're going to be so used to the support from your waist trainer that your core muscles are going to, especially with like excessive use, they're going to severely weaken. So if you want to keep a strong core, get rid of the waist trainer. Another thing that can happen is it's going to create breathing problems potentially, especially with excessive use again. Another thing that it's going to prevent from happening is your diaphragm from expanding. And if you don't know what the diaphragm is basically your breathing muscle. It's the main muscle that we use while we breathe. And because you're so tightly bound, especially during working out, when you try to breathe, your diaphragm is not going to be able to fully expand. That's going to cause breathing issues. So that's not good for everyday life, but especially if you're trying to like work out and be active and run or whatever, it's going to be really hard, because that's one of the most important times you're really going to need to be able to breathe and breathe well. So it's another thing. One more negative thing that can come from wearing a waist trainer, and this is with like extremely excessive use, but it's still something that's possible, is that it can damage your internal organs. So if you're one of these women that wear your waist trainer all day, day in, day out, eventually it can cause damage to your internal organs. It's gonna cause everything to be just bunched up together, squished together, and that could wreak havoc on your internal organs in the long run. Now, I'm sure there's not many cases of that, because most people are not gonna wear their waist trainer long enough for this to happen, but it's definitely possible. And there are definitely, like I said, are those women out there that do wear it excessively. So yeah, I could really kind of go on and on about the adverse effects of a waist trainer, but I think those are the three main ones that I wanted to let you guys know about. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about wearing a waist trainer. Not only does it not give you any results, but can also be potentially harmful for your health. So just think about that. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I think I've talked long enough. This is clearly something that I'm pretty passionate about, just because waist trainers are just one of those products that businesses use to scam women, and it just really makes me angry. But I try to keep it as short as I can. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from it. Definitely comment below if you have more questions, or if you want to share your waist trainer stories or whatever. Comment below. Of course, like, subscribe. What else am I missing? Share. Yes. Comment, like, subscribe, share, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time.